Life teaches you to believe that it is real. You feel you must have your food and sleep every day, that you will die without them. Your habits compel you to eat all kinds of food that are harmful to you, such as meat, and to smoke and drink, and to think you can't do without these things. We are all crazily dreaming different limitations on our consciousness, and when we slip into the rut of a bad dream of wrong behavior, we have a hard time to pull ourselves out of it. Think how much time and effort you spend catering to the body, and what does it get you? Do you know that the more solicitous you are of your body, the more suffering you will have? When we excessively identify with this illusionary existence, we become deeply entangled in delusion. As soon as we attribute actuality to the dreamlike thoughts and constitute the creation of everything by a divine entity, we subject ourselves to the punishment of illusory suffering. But when you realize that God is everything in this universe, nothing hurts you anymore. There are cases in India where people have walked on fire without a single blister. Some of the foremost scientists of England observed one young boy as he walked through 27 feet of fire. A newspaperman who was present thought the fire was a fake. He tried the same experiment and was badly burned. The young boy, by certain processes of thought, had convinced his mind of the truth that the fire was nothing but consciousness, and therefore could not harm the body, which was also consciousness. When you believe that cold weather won't hurt you, you won't be affected by it. But if you feel you are going to catch a cold from the chill, you will. The thing is this: you don't practice mind control. By controlling your mind, you can experience the truth that this universe is delusion. This is why the saints require their disciples to discipline the body and not give it too much attention. The purpose is not to torture the body but to save the disciple from all the troubles that will beset him. If he believes that comfort comes from material things, comfort comes from the mind. Change your mental attitude and you will not feel discomfort. It is best to simplify life. I have seen saints in India who eat hardly anything and live under the most rigorous conditions, yet they have wonderfully strong bodies, far better than those of the average well-fed, well-cared for American. They have trained their minds not to be dependent on externals for health and contentment. The world trains our mind in a different way. It gets us accustomed to too many things, and then we think we can't be happy without them. Make your life more simple and simplify the lives of your children as well. If you don't do it, life's experiences will teach them through bitter disillusionment. Self-realization is a philosophy of living. Right meditation, right thinking, and right living. Bring up your children in this philosophy. Don't pamper them or teach them by the wrong example to cater to their bodies and harmful desires. Give them good training. Why enslave them in delusion? Give them true freedom by keeping their life simple and cultivating in them inner peace and happiness. Do the same with your own life. Don't be bound by anything. That philosophy will save you. If I'm sitting in a chair and it breaks, I'm not going to be distressed about the broken chair. I will sit in another chair. It makes no difference. Whenever you are attached to something, that possessiveness deepens your delusion. You will be rudely awakened one day to find that nothing belongs to you. Isn't it silly, therefore, to be attached to things that were never yours in the first place? Your attitude should be that you are looking after these things only for the time being, like a housekeeper who lives in her employer's home and devotedly, loyally, faithfully looks after it, but knows that her own home is elsewhere. Don't take life so seriously. This world is a terrible place. There is no safety here. But what are we to do? We must stop taking life so seriously. Delusion can be overcome by holding steadfast to one philosophy. Everything here is nothing more than God's motion picture. We are the players. We must play our parts well, but we must not identify ourselves too intensely with the drama. It is the only way by which we can realize that this world is a dream, that the Lord has created the entire cosmos out of His thoughts. So, though He created this dream earth, He has also shown the way to get out of it. Nothing terrible could happen in this world that we could not duplicate in a nightmare. You have had such experiences if in a dream you feel your leg crushed under a car, your suffering seems just as real as if your limb were actually injured. But when you wake up, you laugh and say, "Oh, how silly! It was only a nightmare." This is exactly what will happen when you wake up in God. He will shake you out of this nightmare, saying, "What is the matter? You were only dreaming suffering and death," and He will show you reality. That experience He gives ultimately to all mankind. It is wonderful. God's dream creation was not meant to frighten you, but to prod you to realize finally that it has no reality. So why be afraid of anything? If you know intellectually that life is a dream but still have not realized it completely and still haven't found God either, you are neither in this world nor out of it. That is a sad state. Don't remain trapped in that delusion. Make a supreme effort to get to God. I'm speaking practical truth to you, practical sense, and giving you a philosophy that will take away all of your consciousness of hurt. Be afraid of nothing. If death comes, all right, what is going to happen will happen. Refuse to be intimidated by this dream. Affirm, "I will not be frightened by ill health, poverty, and accidents." Bless me, O Lord, that when you put me through trials, I realize their delusive nature and become victorious over them by positive action and by remaining inwardly united to you. Meditation is the effort to realize and express that pure consciousness which is the reflection or image of God within you. Do away with the delusion of body consciousness and the concomitant demands of body and mind for unnecessary necessities. Be as simple as you can be. You will be astonished to see how uncomplicated and happy your life can become. So free yourself. Otherwise, death will surprise you and you will painfully learn how attached you are, how unprepared for your departure from this world. But if by right living, right thinking, and meditation you can raise to the infinite, the dreams of life and death will vanish in the ever new joy of His eternal being. Therefore, meditation is a dying to the world without dying. This is a new explanation the Lord has given me. In meditation, you do consciously what you do unconsciously every night in sleep. When you look at the body and think of its pains and sorrows, you say, "What is this? Surely I shall wake up and find this is all a bad dream." The answer comes every night when you sleep. This dream world and this dream body with its pains and aches disappear from the screen of your consciousness. If life were not a dream, you couldn't get away from it even in sleep. Every night your consciousness leaves the body to remind you that you are not the body. And what you experience unconsciously at night in sleep, you can experience consciously in meditation. Without falling asleep or losing consciousness, keep your mind calm and peaceful in deep meditation, just as it is in dreamless subconscious sleep, and enter the final world of the super consciousness. There the body is forgotten and you enjoy the peace and bliss of your soul, your true self, and of the soul's oneness with God. In Samadhi meditation, I experience this joyous freedom. And meditation is the way by which you also must strive to rise above delusion and know your true nature. If you can hold on to that consciousness in activity as well as in meditation, remaining undisturbed by delusive experiences, then you will be above this dream world of God's. The dream will be over for you. This is why Lord Krishna stressed that if you want freedom in spirit, you must be of even mind under all circumstances. He who cannot be ruffled by these, who is calm and even minded during pain and pleasure, he alone is fit to attain everlastingness. Never become mentally ruffled. Please like the video, subscribe the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Hare Krishna.